Hello everybody, welcome back to Rychtik TV and another episode of Rychtik Reviews. Today, we will be reviewing Spider-Man Homecoming. Stars Tom Holland as Spider-Man, Zendaya as, spoiler alert, Black Mary Jane, and Michael Keaton as the Vulture. It's a great fucking movie. It's really fucking good. It has a solid writing. Like, the whole time I was rooting for Spider-Man. At no point did I think he was an emo douchebag dancing down the street and thrusting his junk at women. I'm looking at you, Tobey Maguire. Fuck you. It had good hints at movies to come. It had good villains in the movie already. And it had a story with Peter trying to A, be a part of the Avengers, B, also trying to be a kid still, because he's 15 in this movie. Like, Tom Holland's 20 years old, and Spider-Man's only 15 in this movie. So, he's really fucking young. And I don't really have a problem with that, because it's smart. Because if they want, they can have him be Spider-Man for the next 30 years. And it'll be fucking great. The only part of the movie that I had any kind of complaint with is the fact that like a shit ton of people know his secret identity by the end of the movie. More spoilers, of course. I mean, his fucking fat best friend, the Vulture, figures it out in, like, record time. I shit you not. It was, like, within 2 minutes. He's like, this motherfucker's been messing with my plans. I'm gonna piss in his Cheerios. And by the end of the movie, Aunt May's like, the fuck? Nigga. Not okay. Overall score for the movie, I am giving it a 9.5. No, fuck it. It deserves a 10. It's a fucking 10 out of 10. Best Spider-Man movie ever. Hands down. Better than Maguire, better than Garfield. I look forward to any movie this kid does in the future as Spider-Man. I look forward to seeing him in Infinity War, and I hope to God he does not die. In real life or the movie. Hannah also came with and saw the movie. What do you think?
It was good. But I've never seen any of the other Spider-Man, so I don't know if that matters.
Doesn't really matter in regards to the story, because each one's a different, like, reboot.
Okay.
The first one, I mean, okay. When it comes to the people complaining about Tom Holland or Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire played an excellent Peter Parker. He played a nerdy guy that got the shit beat out of him a bunch. His version of Spider-Man, though, was also nerdy and kind of gangly, which isn't what he is in the comic books. When he becomes Spider-Man, he usually becomes more confident in himself and believing in himself. He's still a nerd in real life, but Spider-Man doesn't become a nerd. Then you had Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, which was too hipster/cool as Peter Parker, but a fucking spot-on Spider-Man. He was sarcastic, funnier than hell, but he didn't have as good of a moral code and broke a lot of promises really quickly. With Tom Holland, though, he is a nerdy kid, like uber nerdy the whole time. But he's also funny as Spider-Man. So I think it's the perfect blend right now of what he should be.
I think so.
And I think people are like, just like, oh, no one's going to beat Maguire's. I think it's just nostalgia at this point that people are raking into and saying that there's no one better. I mean, for Christ's sakes, this is the sixth Spider-Man movie in 15 years. Okay. The third different Spider-Man in 15 years. It's a lot. I get that. For Christ's sakes, you had Hugh Jackman play Wolverine for like 25 years alone. 17 years. He played it for 17 years. It's just a lot. People are getting a little tired of it, which is why I hope Tom Holland's here to stay. My only other real complaint is when it came to Flash Thompson, he's supposed to be this big, like, sports jock bully that beats the shit out of Peter.
He was nerdy.
In this movie, he was like really smart and tiny, and could easily have had his ass beat if Peter would have wanted to.
Yeah.
And like I said, he was more of a cyber bully than a regular bully that we're used to. Again, not a big complaint. They could very easily. It didn't ruin the movie for me. He was still an asshole. I still wanted to see him get his ass beat. So for me, it's a 10 out of 10. I recommend the movie to anybody that hasn't seen it. Also, check out Spider-Man in Captain America Civil War. That is when he is introduced, and it is fucking great. I've been David Rychtik. That's been Hannah. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.